In a land called Alagasia, hundreds of years ago, dragons roamed the land freely without any conflicts. We lived in peace with the elves as our allies, the dwarves as our friends, and the humans as our companions. Wealth flowed into our cities, and so the dragons prospered. But Weep, for it could not last. Though no enemy could destroy them, they could not guard against themselves. And it came to pass at the height of their power that a boy, Galbatorix by name, emerged from the land. At 10 he was tested, as was the custom, and it was found that great power resided in him, and the riders accepted him as their own. Some saw his abrupt rise as dangerous and warned the others, but the riders had grown arrogant in their power and ignored caution. Alas, sorrow was conceived that day. So it was that soon after his training was finished, Galbatorix took a reckless trip with 2 friends in which their dragons were butchered by Urgles. Tragically, during the fight, a stray arrow pierced his dragon's heart. Without the arts to save her, she died in his arms, and then were the seeds of madness planted. When Galbatorix was brought before a council convened to judge him and his actions, he demanded another dragon. But the council refused. Denied his hope, Galbatorix, through the twisted mirror of his madness, came to believe it was the rider's fault his dragon died. It was from this madness he stole an egg and rose to power with his corrupted 13 forsworn. The other riders were unprepared and fell beneath the onslaughts. The elves, the dwarves, all fought against the ruthless king and his forsworn, yet to no avail. The riders fell, the kingdom belonged to him. Then as power rushed through his veins, Galbatorix anointed himself king all over Alagasia, and from that day he has ruled us. But now the existence of dragons is sparse, except for a few.
I am one of those few creatures of the sky. There was a loud shouting and the clashing of swords. Around me it was dark, even with my eyes wide open. The sound seemed so close and sudden. I felt tremors around me as the female voice and a male argued in the ancient language. There was a thump, and all was quiet. I had no idea where I was. It was quiet, trapped inside the dark shell. I wondered if anyone would remember me. Then I felt strong hands lift me, and I broke out of my shell in exalted mesmerization to find a little human boy by the name of Eragon. He called me Saphira, and he became my rider. But soon, bad luck came upon us. In desperation, Galbatorix sent the Shade Durza to find us, burning down Eragon's hometown. Determined to avenge him, Eragon and I traveled with a storyteller named Brom, who taught him the ancient language and old magic. They were determined to reach the Varden, a secret group of elves that fought against Galbatorix in hopes of overthrowing the evil king. I traveled in secret beside them in order to avoid detection, but alas, I could not hide forever. Brom and the little one were attacked by the Razak, minions of the Empire, the king, and Durza. In defining struggle, Brom was mortally wounded and died, revealing to the little one what I already knew, that he had once been a dragon rider himself. Eragon was stricken with grief, but we needed to move as quickly as possible to reach the Varden. We were accompanied by a stranger named Murtagh, who I grew increasingly suspicious of. We journeyed on many miles in search of the elusive Varden. I kept a close eye on both the little one and the stranger. However, my efforts to save Eragon did not suffice when Eragon was captured by the Razak. In a daring rescue, Murtagh helped me retrieve Eragon from the prison, along with a dying female named Arya. We needed to travel quickly, for the elf was badly injured and the Shade followed closely behind us. As we traveled the many miles left in our journey, we finally reached the Varden, hidden deep in the heart of Alagasia. Arya was healed, and she was revealed to be an elf princess, the female who had stolen from the Shade and sent me to Eragon in the beginning when all was dark. But the Empire, fearless and strong, came and attacked the Varden and us. In a deadly battle, Arya, Murtagh, Aragorn, and I fought alongside the Varden. Aragorn proved himself a true dragon rider and defeated the Shade Durza, as I breathed fire for the first time. Alongside the Varden, Aragorn and I fought valiantly in the hopes of defeating King Galbatorix and overthrowing the Empire once and for all. However, our journey is long from over, for Galbatorix still grows in power, and his wrath is now stronger than ever. What is to come, I don't know, but what I do know is that Aragorn and I have also grown in strength.